Miesha, it's the end of the Ultimate Fighter season 18. You said that you went in as not really being a coach before. How was the overall experience for you?
It was a big learning experience. I definitely learned a lot, and I have a whole new respect for like what coaches do. I've always been the fighter and kind of just the dumb athlete, but really like there's a lot of thought process that has to go behind being a good coach, and it was something that I had to learn and trial and error and figure out for myself. So definitely have a tremendous amount of respect for all those awesome coaches out there that deal with fighters on a daily basis and help us to be the champions that we are.
And from this season, you have two people in the finale of Juliana Pena and also Chris Holdsworth. What was it like for you getting them prepared for the experience and getting them out here tonight? Have you spoken with them at all?
Yeah, I have. Both of them look really great, and I think they did the things that they need to do to be prepared. So I know that they're both extremely focused. I know they're both very goal-oriented people. So I'm Team Tate 100% tonight. I have full faith, no doubt in my mind that they're going to go out there and they're going to win these fights, and they're going to do very, very well in the future as well.
Obviously, everybody's looking forward to you and Ronda fighting at UFC 168. How is the preparation going?
Spectacular. I'm actually doing my training camp here in Las Vegas, so I feel right at home, and I'm training hard. I'm working with Robert Follis, Brian Caraway, Ricky Lundell, and Giff, and I feel like I have an amazing coaching staff behind me and a lot of people that are willing to help me and come out here and be good training partners for me and get ready for this fight.
Now that the time has passed and the show is over, obviously there was a lot of tension. The rivalry is real. We could see that between you and Ronda. What were your overall thoughts on the experience of coaching opposite her?
I thought it was a blessing in disguise. I think that she's a little bit more transparent to me now than she was before, so I can kind of see through the tough girl act a little bit. I think that Ronda has her fair share of insecurities as well. She puts on the persona that she's the biggest and baddest, and right now, rightfully so, she is the biggest and baddest, but I'm coming hard, and I'm coming for her December 28th, and I want to take what I feel is mine, and that's the belt. So I want to take that home with me, and I'm working very, very hard, and I feel really confident after spending 6 weeks around her and just seeing the difference in how she's kind of changed. And I feel like, I might be in her head a little bit. I don't know, but we'll see. It's kind of uncharted territory, so.
Whatever happened to the socks gift?
Yeah, she didn't want them. I don't know why. I thought it was very fitting, personally. I thought it was a good parting gift, but no, she didn't want them, so I've just kept them tucked away.
Miesha, speaking of in her head, do you think her taking all this time off to do all these things, these movies in Hollywood, you think that's going to have an effect on her come December 28th?
Well, I can't see it helping her, to win this fight. So I won't go as far as to say it's a hindrance, because I don't know what she's been doing for her training. But all I know is that I'm focused on myself. I'm focused on what I know I can do, and I know that I've been doing everything that I need to win this fight. So I feel very confident. I feel like I'm positively charged, and I'm ready to go.
So what's going to be different between this fight versus the last?
Last fight I was just way too emotional. I've grown a lot, not just as a fighter, but as a person outside the cage. And I think that I was just so emotional, and that I let my negative, my animosity towards her and all the things that she said in the lead up to that fight get under my skin, and it made me fight as not the kind of fighter I would typically describe myself, more of like an angry, like I want to hurt this girl, rather than being like, I'm a professional mixed martial artist, I want the title. And now that's just back online, I just had to switch in mentality, and I no longer let my dislike for Ronda be my drive to want to win fights.
You talked about her changing. There was once a time when you guys were pretty cordial. You know what I mean? You'd be at events, you'd be photoed together, you guys shared smiles together. Was it the first fight that kind of brought on the animosity? What can you trace back to where you just saw a shift in Ronda as a person, kind of her towards you?
No, honestly, it was the very, very, very beginning. Before we ever even fought each other, she just kind of came out of the blue and just started talking trash about me and saying how she was going to slap the title out of my hands, and just very disrespectful from the get-go. And I'd never met her at this point, so I kind of didn't like her from the beginning. I saw her fight a few times, and before I had ever heard an interview with her, and I thought she was a great fighter, and I was like, yeah, this chick looks legit and tough. Had nothing like bad to say about her. And then I heard some interviews, and she started talking smack immediately about me, and I was like, who is this chick? Like, how dare she? Like, what a rude person. And then that's why I didn't like that. So that's really where it started. And as far as being cordial, that not too much. I know there is one picture out there of us with Cody McKenzie,
Cody, right, yeah.
And that's just because I love Cody McKenzie to death, and I think she likes Cody as well. So he was able to strangle us in together, for this picture, and hold us in there. But that's about the extent of that.
If we need beef squash, we're gonna call Cody on this one.
Yeah,
we're
right.
gonna intermediate a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
think perhaps she puts on some of that? That's her persona. Like maybe they figured she wants to come off like that. Sells
No, like
tickets.
I believe her 100% when she says that this is the real Ronda Rousey, and I won't say a bad word, but she is real. That is the real Ronda Rousey, and I feel very sorry for any of her future boyfriends. It's real. It's real as it gets. So I mean, that's her. That's the truth, and that's exactly why I have never gotten along with her. So I hope that other people, the fans, can kind of finally understand why I've been in the position that I've been in. It's because it's just the way she's always treated me. So, and I think that she treats a lot of people that she views beneath her. If you're not on her level or above her, then she just misses you. She doesn't, she's like, go get my water, like that kind of person. And I'm just like, dude, that's not cool. It's not cool at all. And she's always been that way towards me. So I don't like her personally. I think she's a fantastic fighter. By all means, brings an incredibly unique skill set to MMA. Something that's clearly been difficult for all of the women who have fought her to face. Phenomenal judo, obviously the best in the game, best armbar I think in the UFC. But where's her holes? Like I see holes in her game, and I definitely see ways to beat her. So I'm putting together a really good game plan, and I feel just amazing in this training camp. Best I've ever felt.
Doesn't it feel like on some level this is kind of needed? I know I hate to like put like negative, like put it in that context, but women's MMA is still fairly new. And this is our first real rivalry, and it seems like real venom that you guys have between each other.
I think, it's good. I appreciate it. I appreciate the rivalry. I don't think I would be as far if we didn't have it. And I think that the good thing about it, again, looking at the glass half full instead of half empty, where I've kind of changed my mindset, is the rivalry always pulls the best out of me, and I think it pulls the best out of her. So, we complement each other in a weird way, and I think when we get locked in the cage together, it makes us both better fighters.
And it doesn't hurt that you're co-main eventing one of the biggest pay-per-views
absolutely,
of all time.
it has a following, and the fans seem to enjoy it, so at our expense, I think it's a good thing for the sport. So
I have
absolutely.
one more question, and then we got to go for another obligation, so one question.
I guess, thank you again, Miesha. So I know you have to hand those tickets out, so I guess I'll cut it short. So again, thank you. Good luck in your training camp, and please shout out to who's your team again? Helping you out, and what gym are you training?
I'm training mostly at Extreme Couture and a little bit at Syndicate, and I'm working with Robert Follis, Brian Caraway, Ricky Lundell, and GIF, so all just absolutely phenomenal coaches, the best coaches that I've ever had put together, not only mentally but physically. They encourage me every single day, and I know that they believe in me, and they're just as dedicated as I am. So I can't thank them enough. And I'd also like to give a special shout out to two females that have really helped me and make a big difference in this training camp, one of which is Cindy Dandois. She's from Belgium, and she's been doing judo since she was 5. And she wrestled from 8 to 15 as well, so she's also a fighter, and she's came over here to pull on my head a little bit and try to throw me around, and it's been really great for me. And then also for Leslie Smith, she's fighting December 7th on Invicta. She's fighting for the 125-pound World Championship, so she came out for about a week and a half and gave me some great sparring rounds and some awesome looks, and I just like to give a big thank you to everybody who believes in me and is helping make this dream of mine possible.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.